look. Don't worry, I haven't gone full Ducati knob yet. You know what I mean? If you own a Ducati, you've got a stigma. If you own a BMW GS especially, you've got a stigma. If you ride a sports bike, you've got a stigma. If you ride high, you've got a stigma. We've all got it, regardless of what you ride. We've all got something to tag us with. And, you know, all Ducati riders seem to own loads of Ducati gear, and I'm now one of them. But that being said, I haven't got all the leather Ducati stuff plastered all over me. I haven't got all that, the textile Ducati stuff plastered all over me. I'm not that far Ducati knob yet. I'm not saying it's never gonna happen, but I'm just saying, right now, I have none of that stuff. While we're talking about gear, let's get onto the subject of being a biker and how expensive the gear is, shall we? So obviously, you know, the bikes are astronomically expensive nowadays. Your bike gear is silly prices, even down to like base layers, just gloves, real simple stuff that you wouldn't, neck scarves, you know, even they're getting silly prices now. And if you're like me, I buy all my stuff brand spanking new. I don't buy any secondhand stuff, it's all brand new stuff. And most of my stuff is from this website, which is Sports Bike Shop. Obviously they've got loads and loads of stuff on there, but if you look at like the leather jackets, for example, they've got some really, really, really nice stuff on it, but they're really expensive. And being a biker, it's just becoming really, really expensive. I mean, look at the leather trousers. Literally all the different sorts of leather trousers I've got, but look at the prices of them. They're so expensive. And if you are like me, I can't help but keep buying more stuff. Although I have literally just said how expensive it is, I can't help it. You know, the colour of something might not be right anymore, it just went out of fashion. You know, just want to change it because it's just not, doesn't look right, or it doesn't match the bike anymore, or might have got a little bit bigger in areas. Obviously, you talk about muscle or fat, and the stuff don't fit anymore. So obviously that's another excuse to go and buy more gear, and obviously it just becomes more and more and more expensive. And I think it's a bit of a disease for us, really. All bikers have it. Once you own a boat bike, you buy all your gear, your set and stuff, and you can't help but going into a bike shop and seeing this and seeing that, and oh, that's nice, and this is nice, and do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. Always want something new, because, like I said, it's a disease and we always need to buy something new. So just for example of that, this is all my stuff. I've got a vintage textile jacket, I've got a normal textile jacket, I've got a thicker winter textile jacket, I've got a leather jacket, I've got leather trousers with knee sliders, leather trousers without knee sliders, textile trousers, but you know what I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And this little row here, this little section here is just mine, this is my wife's. The big difference between this section and this section, this probably costs a fraction of the price and what all this cost me. And the reason being is because she's a bit more switched on than I am, and she's quite happy to buy secondhand gear and not buy every single thing brand new. And that got me thinking, well, why am I buying everything brand spanking new? Why did it have to be brand new? Can't it be secondhand stuff? And I mean, don't get me wrong, my helmets, never buy a secondhand helmet. Never. It's just sacrilege. You cannot buy a secondhand helmet. I mean, other than the fact that someone else's slobber has been inside the helmet, you know, sneezing, coughing, their face skin is all over the inside the helmet, and not everyone washes their helmets, just saying. But also, you don't know if they've dropped it, don't know if they've been kicked down the road, don't know if they fell off their bike. You know, it may look really, really good. Just don't buy a secondhand helmet. You know, there's not a lot going up in here, but I want to protect what is left in there. So having a decent helmet from a shop that's just come from the warehouse in a box, you look at it, lovely, job done, unprotected. This stuff, yes, it's got to be good, but it hasn't got to be brand spanking new. Let me explain. This t-shirt, yes, nice t-shirt, looks good, fits lovely, very, very happy with it. I bought it second hand, and although it's second hand, it still has a label attached. I paid 15 quid for this t-shirt, and it's a Ducati, a genuine Ducati and Monster Energy collab type t-shirt. 15 quid. If I went into my Ducati dealership and bought this t-shirt, I'd probably be looking up the lines of 60, 70 quid for this t-shirt. It doesn't make sense, does it? So this obviously got me thinking, 15 quid for this t-shirt, I really like it, but I still couldn't accept the fact that, you know, bike gear is different to normal clothes. That's protective stuff, this isn't. But the wife buys secondhand stuff and it comes in with some stuff with labels on it. It was all in the packaging, or if it hasn't got labels on it, it was, you know, brand new without labels, and you can tell it's brand new because it's still in the supplier's packaging and it smells new and stuff. And I'm just like, well, am I just wasting loads of money here? So I basically spoke to the wife and asked her where she's buying all her stuff from. It's all coming through really, really nice, good condition, doesn't even look secondhand. So I thought, well, let's give it a go. Let's try and buy some stuff. It turns out she's buying it all from a place called Vinted. Now, before I go on, I am not sponsored or I have no affiliation with Vinted at all. It's, you know, I have nothing to do with them whatsoever, apart from the fact I spend a lot of money on there. And that's because that has now become my sports bike shop for bike kit, because it saves me so much money. I can't stress to you how much money I've saved by using Vinted to buy all my bike gear. But not only that, obviously my wife buys a lot of normal clothes from Vinted, and I'm thinking, well, I keep seeing all these clothes, I keep seeing all these parcels delivered, and I'm like, this stuff looks really, really good. And you've paid a fraction of the price. Why am I not doing that? You know, you go into a shop and you go to like a Ducati dealership and you pay silly money for Ducati clothing, and just go on Vinted, because people do exactly the same thing. They buy it, don't like it, or get bored of it, and it's still in very, very, very good condition, if not immaculate, and they flog it on for a fraction of the price. No brainer, isn't it? So yeah, basically I went online, set myself up a Vinted account, and then started spending loads of money. Yeah, I mean, I bought so much stuff, but I have saved so much money. So if I put you onto Vinted now, so if you look at this, like, because I will use all RST stuff, type in RST and look at all the stuff that comes up on RST, and it is a fraction of the price. I'm not joking. I bought a full set of textile jacket and trousers in immaculate condition, and it cost me 40 quid. That's no joke. 40 quid for RST textile gear, fully armoured, perfect size for me. Turned up, checked it all out, immaculate, and I was gobsmacked. 40 quid. If I went on Sports Bike Shop now, that would probably look in a range of maybe 300-400 quid for the same stuff. And people do the same thing with normal clothes. I mean, everything I've been wearing in this video, I mean, yeah, it might be all Ducati stuff, but you can buy any brand on there. Just type in the brand you want to go on. I mean, in actual fact, let's do it now. Let's type in Honda motorcycle, right? Honda motorcycle. There we go. Look at all this stuff that's related to Honda motorcycle, and it's all loads cheaper than it would be if you went to a Honda dealership. I'm not joking with you. This hoodie is such a nice hoodie. It's really comfortable, really, really nice. Found it in my local dealership. 80 quid for this hoodie. 80 quid. 20 quid. Vinted. And it was brand new. Had a label on it. 20 quid. Would you believe 20 quid? Mental, isn't it? Unbelievable. In actual fact, this Ducati jacket here, right? I really, really like it. Really like it. I think it's such a nice jacket. This is a soft shell sort of vented type jacket. It's really, really nice. You may well have seen them in your dealerships, in the Ducati dealerships and whatnot. This is size large. Fountain dealership, 90 quid. 90 quid for this. Paid 30. Unfortunately, this is the problem with Vinted though. Because you can't try the stuff on beforehand, you have to sort of just buy it and hope for the best. Unfortunately, although this is a large jacket, it doesn't fit. It is a bit too tight. So, annoyingly, I'm going to resell it. But I'll just go on Vinted, resell it on Vinted. Ducati stuff on Vinted seems to go very, very quickly. So I'm not worried about it. It's just annoying because I really like it. I mean, I'm just lucky with this hoodie. I took a risk, again, a large hoodie, and this fits me perfectly, really, really nice. Fits lovely, absolute bargain. So if you are looking at trying to save a bit of money on your bike gear, because I have bought bike gear from Vinted, I bought quite a bit of bike gear from Vinted, there's nothing wrong with it. As long as you read the description, got any questions about it, ask the seller. They'll be hopefully honest with you and tell you, yes, it isn't good nick. Honestly, the stuff on Vinted for motorcycles is endless, and you'll save yourself an absolute fortune. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with Vinted at all. I know that obviously if you watch this channel, you all will be interested in motorbikes, whether it be bikes, gear, adventures, whatever. And if you're watching this video and I can save you money by doing what I've learned the hard way, buying all my stuff brand new, but yet there's a place out there that can do pretty much brand new stuff, or like for like brand new, just maybe the label's missing or something, for a fraction of the price, I'm going to tell you. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just buying loads of stuff from Vinted. And to be fair, because it is so cheap, if it doesn't fit, or it does arrive and you think, you know what, ain't really for me, just flog it again. That's exactly what Vinted's about. You buy stuff cheap, if you're happy with it, keep it. If you're not, flog it again. So an example for bike gear, right? These gloves, really like these gloves. I had a pair of these a few years ago. Really, really nice, really, really comfortable. For some reason, I don't sell this particular design anymore with the colour scheme the way it is. It's a bit annoying, but I like these. When I bought these originally, it cost me about 120 quid. I think you can get this sort of newer version now, if you like, for 90. 20 quid. And these were brand new. I've had to bed them in. I'm not joking. They were still so tight that I had to bed them in. And they are still quite tight. And I have to bed them in still because they're not quite perfect, shall we say, to my hand. But someone bought them, didn't get on with them. If you know your sizes, you're well away. And I did. These are 20 quid motorbike gloves, genuine RST Armoured motorcycle gloves, because I've had a pair, I know what they look like. I have got, look. So down here is my little stash of stuff I need to sell. Again, because I bought it from Vinted, it doesn't fit, or when it's actually arrived, weren't really my cup of tea. So yeah, guys, I mean, I'm just out here to try and save a bit of money, and I'm still going to buy brand new stuff now and again. Don't get me wrong, I'm not all of a sudden going to just buy everything from Vinted, because it's just not going to happen. But if there's something you're interested in a shop, for example, have a look on Vinted first, because it may just be on there. My wife buys most of her stuff from Vinted because she'll look in the shop, find it, and then hunt it down on Vinted and find it for literally half the price, even 3/4 of the price. Why wouldn't you? Just why wouldn't you? So hopefully this video comes out just before Christmas, so you can hopefully save some money for Christmas, or a biker in your family or something like that. Or even now is probably the best time to buy bike gear, because everyone's done with it for the season and they want to buy new stuff for next season, and they're going to flog all their stuff on Vinted. But yeah, it's a really good way of saving money for motorbike gear, especially this time of year. Christmas coming up, people are going to want to obviously get some money. They're going to sell all their stuff they're not using, and they think it's a good time of year to sell their bike stuff, because next season, people want all new stuff for next season, because I'm like that. You know, new season comes around, it'd be nice to have something a bit fresh and a bit new, so happy hunting on Vinted. Can't go anywhere without Staffy, can you?